morning. I was going to come on here and show you a really pretty fall eye that you can do for Thanksgiving or any family get-togethers during the fall. I'm going to be using this color palette by I think it's called Pen Lips eyeshadow palette. But the first thing you want to do before you start to do any eye makeup or anything like that, you want to start to do a little bit of skincare. Always when I do skincare, you always want to moisturize and use serums of some kind to help reduce any redness, any dark spots, and especially if you've got, like me, bags under your eyes or even dark skin under your eyes. I already did a collagen toner pad. So the first thing you want to always do is use a toner of some kind. There's some toners that you can buy over the counter. There's really good toners that you can buy at the Dollar Tree as well. You don't have to spend a whole ton of money on a toner. But the thing that I like about these toners is that they come in individual little pads, and they are absolutely saturated with product, and it spreads so nicely on your face as well. So another thing you want to do, which I have not done this yet, is you want to use a skin brightener, which this one is by Sephora. It's a vitamin C and E Super Glow Serum. I just always kind of like to shake them up a little bit because you never know, some of those products can settle on the bottom, some of the ingredients. So I just kind of like to put it directly on the skin, starting with the forehead. Kind of go like up under your eyes, and you can drip this down your cheeks as well. And we'll start to give your skin a little bit more of a glow to it as you're applying your makeup. Let that soak in a little bit before you start to prime your skin. You don't necessarily have to prime. If you want like a flawless matte finish, priming is usually pretty good, but I am going to use a primer on my face this time. Just make sure that that gets all saturated. And then you want to use some kind of an under eye product to help with those dark circles and the bags that can form under your eyes, especially if you are in, a woman of age, over the age of 40s or 50s, 60s. You always want to get some kind of a good eye cream. This one is made by Tosawoong, and it's a peptide eye roller. You just kind of, it's got a little thing out here. You just mash that up a little bit, and it squirts this product out, and then you can just roll that under your eye. And the ball that is on this is a cooling ball. So that also helps to get the bags to settle down some, get not so puffy, takes the puffiness out. You just kind of want to roll that around as well. I like to take my fingers as well and just kind of tap at it a little bit. I know when I actually feels a little puffier than the other, believe it or not. Kind of let that work itself inward. Okay, so while I'm waiting for that to start to soak in pretty good, I'm gonna do a little bit of concealer. Now I'm one that likes to do the concealer all-in-one tubes with the sponge. And again, this is another, you just twist it up and the product will come up through the sponge there. And I'm gonna kind of get on some of these dark areas. I've said before in some of my videos, I had laser hair removal done several years ago, and it has damaged my skin. I had a lot of, of course the upper lip had a lot of it, and it actually burned my skin. So it's very dark in color, and it looks actually like I have a goatee. So I always start to contour this part, not contour, but conceal this area first. And you can always use different colors of concealers. This one's by Maybelline. This is called Master Camo. And it has all of the different colors that you would need to brighten areas or darken some areas. It does have some contouring concealers or just contouring colors if you need them. But I'm going to use this green color here because this green actually helps to mix with the standard concealer to minimize that appearance of that dark discoloration. And you can use this under your eyes, this color. You can use this under your eyes. You can use this, like some people have like redness like around the corners of their nose. That also helps to hide any of that or any, like I've got a little sun, like a keratosis up here under my eye from the sun, and that actually helps to minimize that too. And then I am just going to take a, let me see here, my brushes. Let's take my blending brush, just kind of blend that out just a little bit. Kind of get that to, as you can see, you can tell that the discoloration has minimized some. I mean, it's not going to be absolutely perfect. I have mature skin. I'm 51 years old, and I do still have some little blemishes here and there, and some not necessarily rosacea, but some redness. So next, you can use a primer of some kind. I'm just going to use a primer by e.l.f. This has 4% niacinamide in it. It's a power grip primer, so it helps to get that concealer to lay down really nicely. I'm just gonna put it in the areas that tend to it seems like the concealer doesn't want to lay flat, or it doesn't want to, it just kind of gets down into those pores, and then your skin starts to look like it's all open, and you just don't have a really good look with it. And then I'm going to go in with my, I have the Missha Perfect Cover BB Cream with sunscreen. This is the newest viral product for cover-up makeup or foundation. And it goes on so smoothly and so comfortably. I mean, you just, it has a little tap on it. That's what I like to call it, where you can just squeeze the product onto your brush or your sponge or directly on your skin if you like to. A little bit more down here on the bottom. You always want to go down onto your neck. And you can still tell I have a little bit of that shine from that serum, that glow serum. I'm going to go down your T. Make sure that gets well blended in. Okay, so the next thing I like to do is just dust a little bit of powder over it to help it gain its matte finish. And this is just actually, it's an, Essentially Aegis. I almost said Simply Aegis, but it's Essentially Aegis by the Be Pure makeups that they sell at the Dollar Tree. And it just works as good as any other over-the-counter powders. It helps to fill in a little tiny bit. You don't see the fine lines as badly either when you use a little bit of a finishing powder. You just want to choose one that's good for your skin tone, or you can even use a translucent powder as well. Okay, now I don't necessarily prime my eyes, but I do use a little bit of concealer to kind of just dot a little bit of that on my eye, onto the eyelid, to help the eyeshadow to lay nicely and smooth on the eyes. So first thing I'm gonna do is, oops, actually dropped it. Sorry about that. First thing I'm gonna do is just gonna take a small, it's not a fluffy brush, it's more of a flat brush, and I'm gonna go in with a light color right here. As you can see, I'm using this light color. I'm just gonna kind of go up onto my brow bone with that and just kind of come down a little bit, kind of make a base color for your eye. And this also helps to minimize any redness that you may have on your eyelids, or if you have any of those. Some people have veins too that are on their eyelids as well, and that also helps to minimize the appearance of those as well. Just a little bit more. I'm doing laundry. I'm sure you could probably hear my my washer and dryer in the background. All right. So then what I like to do, where I have somewhat of a hooded eye, I'm going to kind of go in with a little bit of a mid dark color, like a warm color. And kind of tap that off a little bit. And you're just going to use a fluffy brush like this, and just kind of start above your your eyelid. You want to go kind of above the eyelid, like so. Just do like a sweeping circular motion. Fix as you need to. Oh, it's not going to be absolutely flawless, but okay. Do the other eye. Look down at my mirror too as I'm doing this. Make sure I'm not. I don't know if you're like me, but I have a lot of creases on my lower eyelid too, so the color likes to fall into those creases and it doesn't lay so well. All right, and then I like to take sort of a fluffy angled brush to do like a darker color to contour in towards the middle part of the eye. So I just kind of tap. I just tap the color. I'm doing this into this dark brown right here. I just kind of tap that in just a little bit. And then you can use as much product as you want, as dark as you want. You can actually kind of form yourself a little wing as well with it. Just kind of blend. I'll do the same over here. Let's go through and fix whatever may not look right or like it isn't laying properly. Just a little bit more. And I like to add a little bit of, in the fall colors, I like to use a little bit of a berry color, or like a not too much of a purple tone, but I'm going to use this color right here, which is a berry tone. And I'm just going to kind of tap that in towards the middle a little bit, just to kind of give your eye a little bit of color. And whatever eye color you have, my eyes are green, so berry colors work very well with green eyes. Brown tones work really well with blue eyes. Brown eyes, it's funny because blue eyeshadow works better with brown eyes. Okay. And last but not least, you kind of want to get a little bit of a shimmer. So I'm going to use this little shimmery color right here. I'm just going to kind of tap that on a little bit right there. Not to overdo it. Okay, and it's the eyeshadow eye look there. And next I'm gonna go with the Age Define Age Perfect L'Oreal eyeliner. And this is just like a dark brown color that I'm gonna be using. And this, I'm gonna actually use my mirror. I'm just gonna kind of glide that over the top of my eyelashes. Not necessarily need to make a wing or anything. Do the same thing over on this eye. Okay. And then I, for one, like to go under the eye a little bit. Kind of smudge a little bit, kind of towards the bottom of the eye. I don't go into the waterline like I used to. I wear contacts, and that sometimes burns your eyes and irritates them, and I don't like to do that. So next I'm going to use my Firework. This is again dark brown mascara, and I'm going to use my mirror again for this, just so I don't get it all over my eye or all over my nose, all over the face. But I like this mascara. It's pretty nice. It helps the eyelashes to stand that attention. I don't know if you can see that, but it really helps the eyelashes to fan out. And you always kind of want to go into the corner here and get those little the lashes that kind of get onto the corner, and then do a little on the bottom. Same thing on this side. I sometimes will apply a second coat, but most of the time, for time's sake, I just usually do one coat. If I'm doing like makeup for like something special, or you know, like want to do something for like a glamour look or something, I may apply a couple of coats. And I'm not one for fake eyelashes either. I don't know how to put them on, for one thing, but I just don't think they look good. And I did get a little bit of that on my nose, like I thought I was going to. Okay. And sometimes if the color wants to drop down under your eye, some eyeshadows do that, you can always take a little bit of powder. You just dip your finger down into it and just kind of go up under. Plus it also helps to brighten your color up and clean up those edges. Let's kind of go under again and go up and around. All right, and last but not least, I'm going to use my Glow Recipe Watermelon Dewdrops for my cheek color. Again, when you're a woman of age, you want to make sure that when you're doing blushes or, you know, contouring or anything like that, you always want to go upwards, always an upwards motion, because you don't want the saggy appearance that your skin can take when you are a little up in age, especially with using cosmetics. And then I believe I'm going to use, let's see what color I want. I have this lip gloss that I got from Marshall's. It's by the Billion Dollar Beauty Company. It's really pretty color. It's called Cranberry. I'm just gonna, I sometimes line my lips, but I'm not going to for this. Okay. Make sure I didn't get it on my teeth like I always do. And I'm gonna take that out. I have a little barrette holding my hair back, but there you have it. There's you a nice fall look for your eyes. Hope everybody has a really good weekend and holiday weekend coming up. Hope everybody travels and is safe. And for more tips and tricks or any other skin care tutorials, please like this video and subscribe.